And does the ball bounce out? It does.
It's meterage again. Even Lenny Hayes there trying to will his way through the pack. Stevie Baker gets, there you go, just over 100,000.
Biggest crowd since 1986 to a grand final.
And haven't they been treated to a game? Much more in the dying minutes to look forward to. Jolly to Wellingham. Hard against the boundary line. Kicks towards the 50. Baker peels off. Dives, spills the mark. Swooping on the crumb there, Beams. Coughed it up though. Away comes Hayes. What a game he's played. Hayes off balance. Back to Graham with the outside of the boot. Jolly trying to knock it forward. Succeeds in doing that. Through the legs of Ball. Picked up by Schneider. Schneider the hand pass to Montagna. Back comes Schneider. Hand passes forward. Tracing the pack was Thomas. The 2-13s. With the ball up.
Well, saw this kind of footy last year, but it was a bit damp and wet.
Yeah.
Just the pressure that both sides are applying to the contest has just been amazingly good.
Remember that togetherness at the start of the match?
Yeah.
That commitment? Well, it's come down to this now, hasn't it?
I reckon losing the close grand final last year means nothing until about now.
Yep.
Now with 10 minutes to go, or 8 minutes to go, St Kilda, if they can't find the extra ounce, doesn't mean they can win, but they will find the extra ounce. They know what it's like to lose.
Jolly waits.
Block, Kaczynski. Looked at him and blocked. Play on.
Hayes belting forward. Revolt in the middle. Maxwell tried to get a punch away. Eddie called his name in the last quarter a few times. Slick handball in the back half. Collingwood handballing backwards under pressure.
Now it's the numbers. I think it's been when there's one-on-one contest. You see the free kick here.
Yeah, no, Lennon didn't allow him access to the footy. I think it's a fair enough free.
St Kilda, the ones getting the outnumber now, becomes 2-on-2 and then 3-on-2 in St Kilda's favour.
Still all the time in the world. Just under 8 minutes. Revolt third man up. Opportunity for Ball, head down. Dida couldn't control it. Revolt out of the congestion. It runs on and touched. Maxwell tracking it back. Touching it right on the chalk. Watch it again for a moment. It looks gone. He does brilliantly.
What about the will of Lenny Hayes?
Yes, nick of time indeed. Nicks all round. Revolt kicked it. Maxwell got back.
Captain's kick, captain's spoil, eh?
That's pressure.
Just mentioned then he got the fall out of it. The will and the contested footy of Lenny Hayes in this second half, as he's done so many times for St Kilda.
Schneider. Here is Hayes. Belting forward. Got up!
What a jump.
That's his innate. He's got that ability to go forward, that real X factor.
You could see the setup, but he took it.
Collingwood has never been behind in this grand final today. The Saints have never been in front until now.
Well, we could talk about all the statistical numbers. Basically, 58 inside 50. That means chances to score for Collingwood. 33 to St Kilda. A massive difference, but St Kilda are 6 points in front. So the ability of St Kilda to keep Collingwood to basically 8 goals, 7 off the boot, removing the rush behind, has just been the reason that they're in this position.
There might be a moment, I reckon, might be a grand final moment. That is an absolute ripper.
Collingwood have led for 1 hour and 52 minutes. Just short of running a marathon. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And St Kilda finishing over the top. Umpire Rosebery calls for it again. What a game. What a mark.
What a player.
Oh, he's been outstanding.
And he's been everywhere, hasn't he? Every part of the ground he's been playing.
And regardless of the result, you would think he will win the medal. Over the football, Wellingham. There he is again. Goddard trying to will his team on. Bullying his team on. McWalter missed by O'Brien at the back. Shaw. They've got to hold their poise now, Collingwood. Shaw looking for the boundary line. Up comes McCaffer. Oh, wonderful pace. Bit of a cannon behind him. Goddard everywhere. Ran into Fisher. Meantime, Cloak's got the football. And the umpire bringing it back. If you want to know what happened to the kick, it hit the post.
We've often said during the year this is almost Cloak's distance. It's relaxation distance. He's going to be kicking the ball from 50 metres. So
easy for you to say.
Oh, no, for Cloak it is. We've seen so often. He's got the distance. It's a 55-metre kick. And I think he relaxed. He'll kick the ball firmly, and he's got more chance of kicking it straight.
He's the only man in Australia who's relaxed right now.
Exactly. That was my point.
Comparatively.
He'll kick from 55. The Army right behind the kick. It's offline. Hasn't got the distance. Not quite. Falls in front. Loose ball. Another conceded behind. Wouldn't it be ironic?
Look who's got the ball in defence. Goddard.
It was an important play by McCaffrey to go on to beat the two. Well, now suddenly the Saints have to hold their nerve. They're in an unusual position. They haven't been there all day.
They are well drilled at obviously controlling the tempo of the game in their back half. It's going to push it to the absolute limit. Execute the skills.
So far, so good. But there's a lot of time on that clock.
Too much time to really start to milk the clock.
A bit of a familiar position compared to 12 months ago.
Yep.
That's where it becomes familiar.
So down that line, Revolt making a contest. Tuvey couldn't quite. Milne still with Milne, clever, well done. And then pushing hard forward, Gilbert and Brown. Great mark, Lee Brown. That hurt.
Wonderful.
Commitment of both players. Great mark.
So the blood rule is coming off. 2 years ago, he played 9 games with the Kangaroos, Lee Brown. He looked gone, didn't he? And here he is. Gilbert's done that well in the second half. His competitiveness in the forward 50 as a forward has been so important.
And while the blood rule for Lee Brown, Lenny Hayes is coming off for a minute or so. Del Santo back on. He won't be on for long because they need him out there.
O'Brien with the football. Thomas is loose on our broadcast side. Not spotted. Would have been a long kick and a dangerous one. O'Brien just goes for distance around the outer side wing. Standing on the ground. Jolly. Fourth man in the queue took the mark.
Goddard behind the play here for St Kilda. He's really doing it all.
Jolly to the 50. 3 Saints around the football. Blake dropped the mark. There he is again. Goddard, as you mentioned, slips it across to Gwilt. Gwilt close to the boundary line. Kozetzky up in front. Heard the umpire. Kozetzky will get a free kick.
It was the umpire that was behind play that played that through.
Trying to knock it.